two things here as well, because I'm going to be separating the lat to obviously being the upper portion and the lower portion as well. Part of doing that is I'm actually going to change up the Pre-Max creams as well while I'm doing that. So I'm going to start off obviously using our original, and that's a lot more grippier, okay, and then we're going to move to the Arnica, which has got a little bit more slip. We're not going to use the lotion today, only because obviously we're not working really large areas, okay. So starting off with the original obviously just gives us a little bit more grip, and I need that grip, especially if you're sort of doing more myofascial type release techniques, so we're going to go with that original. Okay, so what we're going to do is going to come basically right from underneath almost that posterior shoulder there, underneath the lip, okay, of the lat, and then obviously it'll start to disappear across over into that thoracolumbar area. Okay, so keep in mind your body, okay, the position you're going to be reaching over your client. The beauty is you're going to come in and you're going to tuck using your fingers, so you're going to come in right underneath almost that's that infraspinatus area there, down through that teres, and then you're going to pick up that lat, which is basically right there. So what we're going to do is we're going to hook underneath, okay, make sure your fingernails are being trimmed as well, okay, because I don't want to basically just rip Karen's lat wide open. So we're just dragging along the border of that lat, bringing it up towards us, and what we're doing there is just we're lifting all that lat away and up and off. Obviously, as you can see, you've got a little bit of serratus anterior there, all the way back towards us, and then we blend off from there. Okay, back down again, slip underneath there, all the way back. So you'll notice I'm just using my body weight, so I'm just leaning, pushing back like so. Okay, and then I can slip all the way along that lat. So it's obviously it's a lifting process. Okay, so you can continue that. I find obviously for Karen there's probably a little bit more tightness just in this midpoint here, so I can focus on just working through that area there. Okay, that comfortable, Karen? Yep. More than happy for you to scream if it's too much, Karen. Okay, so just coming back, lifting like so. Alright, so the second part to this is we're going to come around, we're going to split this lat into the lower half now. Now this is where I'm going to use a little bit of the Arnica, just because it has got a little bit more extra slip. Okay, so we've got the bulk of the lat coming along across here. Remember that we've got the lower traps as well here, so they, once again, they also cross each other. Okay, so we're going to start about where the lower half of that trap is. I'm going to come in here. Now once again, I'm going to come over the top, I'm going to brace with the top hand, and then we're just going to work along the length of that lat. We're going to work all our way nice and purposeful into that thoracolumbar region, and then we're going to blend into the hip itself, and then back out and across that iliac crest. Okay, do it again, alright? So, lower trap, that's the border of your lower trap, come in, okay, engage, alright, so you're pressing down, engaging, and then just leaning in, working all that lat across, and then down and into the hip, okay, like so. Now, this technique is all about your pressure. So make sure that you're checking with your client, you're not going too deep, not engaging any sensitivity as well. Because we're not, this is just looking at dealing with load through the lat itself. We're not looking for anything specific. Okay, back and down and over. Alright, terrific. Alright, so now once we've dealt with the lateral border, the lower half of the trap, we can now come in and pick up that trigger point that lies just below the scapula. So if you're looking to find where this is, now this is an absolute ripping trigger point, because this can basically refer right into the back of the shoulder, almost all the way down the arm, which is not ideal for someone like Karen who's throwing massive weights over her head, so it's not ideal. And you've also had issues in that area, haven't you, Kieran? So this lat has been a problem in the past, and if you've got a nasty little trigger point under here, this is certainly going to be a big part of it. Okay, so lower border of your scap, or the inferior angle, okay? Once you find that, you come out from there, you'll pick up the lat. Luckily for us, Kieran's got really big, healthy lats, so I can just push the tissue down there, okay? Bring up the tissue through there, and then we should be able to pick up that trigger point right through in there, which I can feel that sort of tortish band coming across that tender through there, Kieran. Right through there. Okay, if you come up a little bit further, okay, so if you use two hands, that pincer grip going, then you can pick up the trigger point through there. Okay, brace thumbs. Like so. Okay, then come back down and work across the lat itself. Okay, so that's that lat dorsi. So remember, we're going to break up the lat, lateral border, okay, release, come down, lower half, and then obviously our trigger points.
If you like this video, click like and subscribe to this channel.
And don't forget to